Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hey, listen, I am so thrilled to be talking with Cornelia Stefani today. And let me tell you why. You know, when I think about people that have looked at transformation in their lives, both energetically and physically, and how she has been able to help others look at what it means to be that whole human, that whole holy human. What does that mean? How do we live heaven on earth? And that's what today's show is about. I have to tell you, I grew up with a mom that was her go-to phrase for almost everything. You know, she talked about living heaven on earth, and I didn't really understand what it meant until much later on. Today, you're going to hear about it, but you're also going to hear about, you know, what Cornelia has created for everyone out there to experience wholeness, step into your wholeness journey, and become a wholeness practitioner, because the world needs you today. For those of you that know who Cornelia is, one of the things that I'm probably saying is redundant, but whether you know her as an author, as a teacher, as a lecturer, as an energy intuitive, she's somebody that will encourage all of us, to step out, get rid of outdated beliefs, and step in to the wholeness that is our birthright. Cornelia, listen, this show is so timely to look at what this means in so many ways. All of what's going on with people coming forward in their power and their strength, it is beyond explainable. And folks thought we would never go through an era again in our lifetime where people would become so outspoken, that's not a good term, so spoken out about the things they believe in. Welcome to the show. And I'm sure you have a little bit to say about that.
Yes, I do. Thank you so much for this perfect day, just like right after Easter. So I hope that you enjoyed your Easter rebirthing time, and all the listeners enjoyed their Easter, and the energies right now are absolutely ripe for resurrecting the life that we came here to live. And of course that involves us speaking up and standing strong for what it is that we believe in and creating the world deliberately. Mm-hmm. So part of living heaven on earth is knowing that this is the time in our evolution to live heaven on earth, because the evolution calls for it. Just like you said, your mother, that was always her go-to. She was most likely tapping in intuitively that day will come. Because when people look at what does it really mean to live heaven on earth? What does that mean? So if you look up heaven in Wikipedia, you will find that heaven is a place where holy ones live. Heaven is a place where our ancestors live. Heaven is a place where there's no disease, there's no illness, there's no war. Heaven is a place where you talk to God. Heaven is a place where there's peace beyond understanding. And that time to experience and live that is part of our evolution on earth today, because we are all called to bring heaven to earth now and live it. That's what it's like living to bring that, because, and we have to step into our greatness. We have to step into our integrity, and we have to step into our truth. And a lot of people may not be in harmony yet with holding that much light, that much greatness, that much responsibility, because it takes a lot of responsibility to realize that you can have anything that you want that is in harmony with nature, and that you're here to create change that is based and rooted in love and peace. And it all starts with you.
Yeah, I love what we're talking about today. And you mentioned about the rebirth. People, we were kind of joking about getting my hair done, right? There's a sense that I have about this idea of rebirth, that especially this year, I've done a little bit of research to try to say, what is it about what's happening now and the way things are developing now, and what it is that each of us is called to do now, and what other action do we have to take to be in the now energy of that. And I know one of the things you talk about, right? I go get my hair done, right? What's the big deal? No big deal. But my color is not this. It is a different color. It is your color, right? So the people around you are thinking, oh my gosh, why are you doing that? Why are you getting that color? You're not even gray. Why are you doing that? And I stopped trying to explain it. But you go get your hair done as well as you go step out in the world, take your gift. You have to trust that the people in your life are going to really show up in the way you want. And you have to trust that even if they don't, it's okay. And so today we're talking about heaven on earth, but living in trust, that's something that you talk about that's super important today.
Yeah. Well, you know that, in heaven, trust is a virtue that is continuously brought into each and every now moment with every thought, action, and deed, with every choice that we make. And as empowered creators that we are, in the image and the likeness of the One.
Yeah.
What else would we be doing but to emit a frequency of trust? And what does that mean? It means that you have done that inner work and you've released. The opposite of trust is betrayal.
Yeah.
And you have released betrayal out of your physical body. Because if you think about it, for the last 26,000 years, and maybe even go back to the energy of when Christ was here, go back to that time. Even betrayal at that particular point in time was playing out in the movie of our evolution, the energy of betrayal. Well, now in our evolution, it is absolutely called for that we heal that part of our self, because it is not something that's necessary anymore. We've just completed a cycle of living everything that we are not, to now move and live in a cycle so that we can experience everything that we are. And everything that we are, I think that's the big piece to get used to, is to get used to, because if you've been chained in prison for such a long time and you've endured so much pain and suffering, which is part of, it's all in our physical body, releasing that energy out of our physical body, releasing that trauma out of our physical body, and now living in a space of peace beyond understanding, that is the place where spontaneous healings happen. That is the place where full trust, because you're the one that is bringing that energy of trust with the choices that you make in life. Trusting, first of all, the trust starts within yourself. You have to trust yourself, and you have to be able to know that there is no separation between you and the Creator, and that you've healed that part within yourself. And that's the practice. It's a practice. It doesn't happen overnight. It's all the inner work that we're doing. But once you heal the betrayal out of your physical field, out of your physical body, once that is gone, it's completely gone. And the only thing that's left is the opposite of it, which is trust. That's the energy that you will be emitting. And the people that are in your environment, the people that you have a influence over, will feel that energy of trust that you're emitting, and they will trust you. And those are the kind of people that you will be resonating to you like a magnet, because you are emitting that energy of trust. I mean, isn't that what we all want? Trust in our relationships. Yeah. We want to trust the universe. We want to trust our Creator. We want to trust our partner. We want to trust the people that we're in business with. And, I was just talking to my mother the other day, and she was telling me, she says, I don't think that you should connect with that lady, because she is so-and-so, and she is so-and-so, and she's so-and-so. And I told my mom, I said, well, I really don't have to worry about it, because if she is meant to be part of my environment, then she's going to be there. Yeah. But if she's not meant to be part of the environment, then she's not holding the energy of trust, and it's just going to end up falling away. So it's that kind of a situation, you see.
I love what you're talking about, because on a real practical evolution of this, people went through, this is the movie The Secret. I did it. I did this. I didn't get it. The missing element to those that manifested, whatever that was on their board. I love this, because I watched this on American Idol, where one of the people brought her vision board in and, showed on the vision board. The difference between those that really manifest is the level by which they trust, but the strength of their conviction to trust that in the scheme of things, when a challenge shows up, there are two things that we get. We get doubt and we get belief. And we have to, or trust is another word for belief. Which one are we going to choose? Which one are we going to choose?
Exactly.
Are we going to think about, well, wait a minute, I'm starting to really wonder about that person, that job, that resume, that network, that thing. The minute we open ourselves up for that, it's like my mom says, that ain't heaven.
Well, you know what? The thing about it is you have to be able to, in that moment, those two challenges you were just talking about, you have to be able to override that doubt with the trust. That's how the choice is made, to know. And this is why I wanted to talk about this subject today, about trust, living heaven on earth in trust, because isn't that what Jesus would do? Isn't that what God would do? Isn't that what the image and likeness would have us do? That is the energy, that the frequency that we're emitting. And I want everybody to know that if your dream has not been created as of yet, if you haven't achieved in your life what it is that you came here to do, I don't want you to fret about it, because it's going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen. You're absolutely going to achieve the success and live the life that you were meant to be, because that is what's called for, and you will be able to do it. Yes.
I love this. Let's go ahead and skip the break, because I want to make sure that, this next part of this is so important. And that is, the body is Stargate. But here's the thing I want to say before we jump ahead. I want folks to know how they can find out more about you. Mm-hmm. I also would like folks to know more about how they can become a wholeness practitioner, the retreats you're doing, because you're not just here talking about it. You've taken action. You've created a way for people then to learn how to show up in this way and then teach others.
Yes. So the way that people can get a hold of me is that they can go to CorneliaStephanie.com. And all of my what I'm talking about today with becoming a wholeness practitioner, if they look under the Evolve tab, right there, there's a tab about wholeness, and then there's a tab about become a wholeness practitioner. And just a little bit later in the show, I want to be able to go through some of the upcoming classes that I'm offering for our physical body, because the physical body is the Stargate. So CorneliaStephanie.com. You can also email me at radio@CorneliaStephanie.com and receive as a free gift for listening today my 21-day miracle course. It's a 21-day text and audio course that I will send to you so that you can experience and perceive miracles in your life every single day, because of course, miracles happen in heaven. And this is the time. And I want people to know that, we are manifesting by the speed of light right now. And I created a course for us to be able to manifest what it is that we want by the power of our spoken word, and knowing that what it is that we're speaking out is the energy that's going to come back to us. So it's like a boomerang. So the words that you speak out, it's going to go, and it's going to find its way back to the receiver. This is one of the classes that's offered in the Wholeness Practitioner course. But going back to the physical body. So the physical body, we've been programmed in our past conditioning, in our subconscious beliefs. The mind was on autopilot, and all of the subconscious negative beliefs are programmed there. And they were programmed in negativity. You're not good enough. You're never going to amount to anything. Doubt, fear, all the negative self-talk that is in the subconscious mind that is running on autopilot. That's one of the things that happens. The other thing that happens inside the physical body is your emotional body. Your emotional body holds all the trauma from all of your lifetimes. Take that in, from all of your lifetimes that you're releasing out of your experience today through your relationships, through your relationship with life. Your spiritual body is so important because that is the place where you connect with your Creator and realize that you are not separate, nor never have been, because you are the Creator. I don't know what your thoughts are about God, the light, love, oneness, but that's for you to find out and identify with, because based on our conditioning of the past, religion has had a lot of, added a lot of negativity, a lot of negative programming with the word God. So it depends on where you are with that. When people talk about near-death experiences, like the person that comes to mind is Anita Moorjani. She had a near-death experience where she was on the operating table. All the organs and everything was shutting down, and she was on her way out of her physical body. She was already on the other side of the veil, speaking with her angels and with God and speaking with everybody over there. And she was looking to see, does she want to stay or does she want to come back? And she really didn't want to come back into her physical body. She wanted to stay where she was, feeling so much peace, because that's how we feel in the light. That's how we feel in heaven. We feel such tremendous peace. And when she was encouraged, go back. It's not your time yet. She made the decision to come back. And so this is the decision that we all have to make here today is, do we want to live? Do we want to live? And are we really engaged in living? Because if we are, we can bring our physical body into a higher vibrational way of living and being right here, heaven on earth as it is in heaven. Everything happens with your physical body. Everything is about the physical body. It's about how we treat our physical body. We have been victim to our bodies for a long, long time. And now we must nurture our bodies to, and also allow our bodies to self-regenerate, because that's the other thing that our physical body is able to do, is to self-regenerate and to move into self-healing, because your body is capable of moving into self-healing. Your body is capable of spontaneous healing. Mm-hmm. Your body, just like Anita Moorjani's body, after she chose to come back, and she said, yes, I'm going to come back. It took about 6 months for all the organs to come back. And now she's out there and she's teaching out there, talking about, what if this is heaven? Yeah. And so this is heaven. It's only your perception, because it's in our state of consciousness where heaven exists. It's that holy place that you're going to bring into your physical body when you're ready to receive that level of light, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting we're talking about this. I was working with someone the other day, and I said, you know, there's a book that was given to me, I don't know, 1,000,000 years ago. I can't even remember now. And I read the book and it changed my life. And then I started, as I built my coaching practice, and I started to work with homeless people in addiction. That is the book. Every book. You can go and get whatever other books you need in a 12-step program or any other program. But this book by Viktor Frankl, that is the first book we're going to read together. Because you and I can talk to people about our experience in getting through horrific times in our lives. But is there anything that the average person could understand any more than a concentration camp? And so when I read about this, and when I read about Frankl, and he talks about attitude, and then you practice it, you start to appreciate every moment of every breath you take. Every moment of every breath you take.
Exactly. Because, you know, we don't know how long we're here. I was talking the other day I facilitate a tribe gathering here once a month. And I was talking to the tribe, and I was saying, you know, just in the last week alone, 2 of my friends that are my age, that they left, they passed, and it's really, these are my age people. So these are not people that are 80 or 90 years old. I mean, they're young, and it's really bringing it to the home front of, you know, appreciating where we are right now and bringing that life force energy into each and every now moment, because we're multidimensional beings, and, you know, bringing the past into the now and making peace with the past and forgiving everything that has happened in the past, which is also what happens in heaven. So this is also another way to, you know, look at, okay, if you don't think that you can forgive what's happened in the past, then that's the place for you to work, right? Because you know, forgiveness is a wonderful tool, but even in heaven, we understand there's nothing to forgive.
I love this. Yeah. I mean, you're so right on. You know, this idea of trust, it has been something for me that I'm grateful. I did get it from my birth mom, and I got it from my stepmom. But the thing I love about this is when I was 23 years old, I turned to Linda. And I said to Linda, out of nowhere, now mind you, I barely graduated high school. I couldn't even put a sentence together. And I said, I'm going to get a PhD. I'm 23. And I looked at her and I said, I'm going to get a PhD. So Linda's been my friend since 1973. I looked at her and said, Linda looked at me without question and said, absolutely, you will get it. And she held that space. Now, I got a PhD. When was that? I went back to school in 93, 94, 8 years. But I didn't want a PhD because I wanted esteem. See, I delivered mail at Bell Labs with the people that created the Big Bang, those people, the people that you walked into their sound rooms and their their labs and all of it, and they juggled and so I delivered mail to them. They never put their mail away. I love that. I love that they never opened their mail. Number one, they were always happy. They taught me how to play table tennis. So I saw at the end of their name, PhD. I saw PhD. And I thought it was imprinted that the H was happy. Mm-hmm. That these were happy people. Mm-hmm. And so I thought if I just got that thing.
This is so perfect because, talking to people today and asking them, when will you be happy? So then I'll ask the question, what is it really that would offer you fulfillment? What is it that would make you happy? What is it? And not putting it into the future, not putting that energy into in the future, when I get there, when I'll get this or when I get that, then I'll be happy. Then it'll be. Because if you bring all your energy right here and right now and absolutely know that you're trusting that you're going to achieve whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest in the future that you think is going to make you happy, then bring that energy of trust and love into this now moment. Yeah. And that is really what it's about. It's bringing that joy, bringing that breath, bringing that love, bringing that trust, bringing that peace beyond understanding into the now moment, and knowing that all the old stuff is falling away anyway. All the old things that are not in harmony, those are all the thousands of times that we die while we're alive in this lifetime is through surrendering and letting go of all the things that are not in harmony with us, so that we can move into our authentic nature, our true authentic nature. And our true authentic nature is so grand. It's so great that, can you accept it? Can you accept that you are a master? Can you accept that you are the second coming? Can you accept that you are Christ? Can you accept that you are God? Can you accept that you are the creator sent in the image and the likeness of the One? And can you accept that level of responsibility, that level of greatness, that level of truth? Because that is the truth. That is the absolute truth. Everything else is a lie.
It is a lie. I love this because this is really, we're going to talk about now when we come back. How do we reach that ascended living? How do we get from whatever it is that's going on to thriving in life? And, you and I don't want to speak for you. I didn't get here without a lot of help from a lot of people in my life that were angels to me. Spiritual mentors that showed up in my life. My spiritual mentor who passed away very suddenly, like you just talked about, boom, on a trip that I was supposed to be on with her. But so many people came along to help me. And what you're doing, and we're going to talk about this when we come back, you're sharing everything you've learned, just like I do on air, with people so that they too can come together. And in the collective nature of the tribe, we can create that boomerang you talked about. When we come back, we're going to talk about how that can happen in your life today. And we're going to talk about, listen, this is ascended living time. Yeah. This is it. And people ask me, Cornelia, they ask me, Patty, why do you say that, Patty? Why do you say it is like an ascended living time? Don't you read the news? Don't you look at... I said, listen, I never said we didn't need contrasts in the world so that we could see the highest level of what we can become. I said, that's not what I'm saying, but we don't have to be that. Look at the contrast. Look at the people that are ascending forward in life. This morning, teachers walking out. I mean, that is not a bad thing for what they're doing. But where did this come from all of a sudden? Right? Mm-hmm. There's something happening and being called in each of us. When we come back, Cornelia is going to tell you how you can facilitate that within you. Mm-hmm. And then what is it going to look like for all of us to move beyond whatever the human condition is we think we have that is keeping us stuck. Are you going to be a message in a bottle, or are you going to be the wave? We'll be right back. Ooh.
Have you ever lost your way while driving somewhere? This can be unsettling as you don't know if you should go left, right, forward, backwards, or make a U-turn. Hi, I'm Eve from Elite Tarot, host of the weekly show Mainstream Metaphysics Radio, where we harness the power of the universe for happier living. As an intuitive coach and professional tarot card reader, I work with clients worldwide on helping them get back on their natural road of living their life with joy. Next time you feel off track, tap into your inner child's sense of joy and write down on paper the non-negotiable qualities that you're needing in career or love, but without limiting specifics. With your list, you know where to place your energy going forward and where not to. You're always best served when your inner child is at the navigation controls. However, don't worry, you still have the keys to the car. If you would like to schedule a personal navigation session with me, please visit my website at elitetarot.com. That's ELITETAROT.com.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Disease, one of the most dreaded words in our vocabulary. Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Did you know traditionally we have viewed disease as a degenerative process? Disease is better understood when we view it as dis-ease in the human body. Dis-ease means without ease. Health is not merely the absence of disease, it's when every part of the body works together effortlessly, relaxed and at ease. It's that relaxed state that lets energy flow in waves through and around the entire body. Every organ has an electrical charge, and when overcharged or undercharged, dis-ease occurs. And it is an effort to go through our day. We are able to determine the exact dis-ease of the body and design a specific solution to correct the nutritional imbalance. Contact us at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. And visit us at maryjanemack.com.
Knowledge Book Radio with Marge Potasic has a special gift for everyone out there. To receive 3 chapters of the Knowledge Book as a special gift, send your email to mmjp99@gmail.com. That's M as in Mary, JP99@gmail.com now to receive this fabulous, fabulous gift of the Knowledge Book.
Let It Go Radio. The future awaits you. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as host Barbara Scheidegger explores the way to clarity, peace, and how to live a successful life on your terms by turning negative experiences into positive ones. Barbara's curiosity about the human experience drives her both personally and professionally. As a life coach, author, and renowned clinical hypnotherapist, Barbara knows how to move forward in a natural, organic way without side effects. If you want to grow, be sure to tune in to Let It Go Radio. To learn more, visit letitgohypnosis.com.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. You know what? I love this here. For those of you that are watching on Facebook, I want to just say, give you a shout out. And for those of you that are listening the way you always listen, I want to give you a shout out too. And one of the things I'm in deep appreciation now, our 15th year, for all of you that tuned us in 15 years ago and remember what those first shows were like, Crust Busting Your Way with Awesome Life. And by the way, thanks to all of you, we are actually bringing back a Crust Busting Hour. It never really did go away, but we're bringing it back. And it's for the reason that Cornelia talked about today and what she's going to share with you. Each and every one of us is being asked to step it up. That's my language. We're being asked to step it up. In our case, we're being asked to step it up and get out our positive mojo movement now. We now see the evidence of that in the world of podcasting. We just reviewed a study on podcasting. Jessica and I, we looked at this big prediction on podcasting, and we said, oh my God, we're like doing all of this. Mm-hmm. And we said, we just got to let the world know. But what you're doing is, and I love this, we can be that message in the bottle, right? That message in the bottle is, I got to write a note of desperation. I need help. Let me take my message and put it in the bottle, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to float it out in some ocean, right? And maybe somewhere along the way, somebody will pick it up and rescue it. Well, you know what? It's now the time to be the wave. It's the wave that's going to gather up the energy, that's going to come on shore, that's going to develop what that is that each of us needs to do. But we can't do it alone. I've had teachers, you've had teachers. So tell me a little bit and tell all of us what you've put together to help us move this thing forward.
Yes. I love what you said about, how we need help. And really, the help that we need is also the help that we're going to give ourselves by choosing to. Because it's everything continuously comes down to choice. And what I created and what I put together, I wish this would have been available to me when The Secret came out back in the day. Oh my God, I became a law of attraction coach, and I was all about manifesting, and all of a sudden I realized, oh my God, there's so much more to positive thinking. There's so much more, because the law of attraction piece back in the day, The Secret, didn't have the emotional piece. It didn't have the piece of being emotionally wealthy, because in 2008, when I began this process, I was still deeply in my emotional pain and suffering of healing betrayal, healing abandonment issues, healing unworthiness issues, and healing all of these things that are all inside the physical body. And so what I created is an amazing course to help people become their own wholeness coach, their own wholeness practitioner, taking their physical body through all the various different stages that I talked about earlier, with the emotional piece, the mental piece, the shadow work, the ego, all these things. And I'm going to show you a few things right now about that. But one thing I want to say, something I wanted to say about...
and I just want to say this. All of this is for everyone. It doesn't matter what age you think you are.
Yes.
How many children you think you have. And by the way, if you are a mom or a dad and you've got some, I'm telling you, if you're a mom and you've got some kids, this is now when you want to do this. But if you're not, it's for everybody. You're in a job you don't want, but maybe you're in a job you do want. It's to be able to bring it all together so that what you said before is so important. We can choose trust. We can choose trust. We just don't know how.
Yeah. Here's what happened for me. I used to have a thought. That's the negative thought that was attached to a belief. That's the subconscious belief that was attached to an emotion that I wasn't good enough and that I wasn't worthy. And I used to make choices that reflected that belief on automatic. So now, after that program flipped, now I have a thought, the thought of trust, the thought of truth, the thought of integrity, that I am worthy beyond measure. And that is owned in my physical body. That's what embodiment means. That is reprogrammed. The subconscious is reprogrammed. The emotional body is in harmony with that thought, with that vibration, because it's absolutely 100% true that I am worthy, and so are you. So is everybody. Everybody is worthy. No one can deem you not worthy. It's a belief and a program that has been conditioned and programmed into you from our past conditioning. And there's no judgment. It just is. But if you're still making choices based on not good enough, that there's not enough, You're always going to be out there trying to prove that there's enough, that you're good enough, and you're trying to earn, and you're trying to make things happen, you're trying to push, and you're trying to convince. These are all parts of an old paradigm that is dying now, and you're being reborn into the truth. And the truth is that you're infinitely abundant, infinitely worthy. It can't even be put on a scale. It can't even be measured. So that's what I wanted to say. And, the time for what I support people in is birthing the new generation of women and men that are leading in their self-actualization. We're leading in self-actualization. We're here now that living beyond the human condition of the victim, living beyond the human condition of needing to be saved by someone because you're the savior. The savior is already here. Look inside, because you know why? God sent you. God sent you to realize you. God said yes to you when you said, can I go down there and participate in this grand play? Because when you were talking about Viktor Frankl earlier, waking up in a concentration camp, our awakening is kind of sort of like that. It's like all of a sudden, we're waking up and we're realizing, oh my God, we've been negatively programmed in this prison and there's war going on. And that's not in harmony with our true nature anymore. But this starts on the inside. Peace is an inside job. The world is an inside job. It doesn't matter what the outside world is doing, because the outside world is going to do what the outside world is going to do. What matters is what you do on the inside world, because your body is the stargate. You're the one that is the conductor of this vessel, this ship. You're the one that is rippling out this amazing change because of that level of trust that you're continuously emitting, that frequency that you're emitting, knowing and trusting absolutely that you are the creator, that you are the one that is now living the life of your dreams, living the life that you came here to resurrect. And speaking of these resurrection energies, we are all now resurrecting our missions. We're resurrecting our divine heritage, our inheritance, and we just have to make room in our physical bodies to take all of that in. So I created a course. It's called Practicing Wholeness. And you can go to CorneliaStephanie.com, look under the Evolve tab, and underneath there it says the Wholeness Journey, which tells you all about the Wholeness Journey, because in truth, we're already all whole. We already are whole. We're just collecting the fragmented parts, the places that we've given our power away because of the separation. We're just collecting those parts back in. We're bringing those parts back into our truth. And that's what practicing living in wholeness is about. And it's not done overnight, because this takes a little while. But this course is the course that everybody needs to sign up for. Everybody needs to have this course, because it gives you all the basics. When we have the basics is really all you need. And once you have the basics, you have everything that you need inside of you. So to become a wholeness practitioner, I launched this course. It was back in 2013, and I launched it with 5 coaches, and they're now practicing and living in wholeness, and it was very, very successful. And since then, I added on 6 online classes. And just yesterday, I was asked to make the classes a separate price, not just only included with the retreat. So this is what I've done. So I'm going to take you through this right now. So the 6 online classes, what are they about? The first class is about the power of the spoken word. In the beginning was the word. We speak our world into being with the power of our words. So if you throw negative words and you throw negative fears and whatever, like the boomerang that I talked about, that's what's going to be coming back to you as the transmitter. You're the one that's putting that energy out there. So class 1, this is a 60-minute, it's a 90-minute class, 60 minutes of conscious languaging, and then I'm going to do a 30-minute clearing and healing Q&A with people all the way.
Awesome.
Class 2, radical self-healing. The power of emotions to heal the body. Healing your core wounds by using our emotions as a clearing tool. is a simple and powerful technique. Core wounds are abandonment, betrayal, unworthy, not good enough, shame, survival needs, the victim consciousness, and separation from God or source. To clear ourselves, we must let go of all the emotional charges and return back to our neutral state. Class 3, radical self-healing, the power of emotion and anger to release suppressed feelings. Oh my gosh, that is such a powerful class, because it's really okay to get in touch with our anger, but it's not okay to project the anger out on another person causing harm, and it's not okay for you to suppress that energy in your physical body causing harm. Both are destructive. So that's a class that brings all of that, because anger has the ability to cause illness if it's suppressed in the physical body. It's an amazing class. Class 4, radical self-healing, the power to change limiting beliefs. So a limiting belief would be something like, I have to work hard for the money, or I'm never going to make it, or I'm not worthy. That's a limiting belief. And I will show you how to transcend these beliefs into pure knowing, into absolute truth, because living beyond the human condition is living in your knowing. It's beyond belief. A belief is something that can be changed at any point in time. You can sit down and you can believe something else. But a knowing is something that cannot be changed. Once you know something, you know it, and you cannot not know it. So that's what that class is about. Class 5 is radical self-healing. Radical self-healing in this class is about the shadow and projecting, the energy of projection that we put out onto other people. And that class is a wonderful way for you to learn how to love your shadow and walk intimately with your shadow while walking with your divinity at the same time, because we're both. We're human and we're divine. And when we merge both, and when we can bring our heart and our compassion to the consciousness and the awareness that we're both, that's it. Class 6, healing your relationship with money. Oh my God.
Oh boy.
So huge. That is so huge. Okay. In this class, we're going to get honest with how you feel about money and illuminate any negative beliefs around money. And the other thing, just this past week, I mean, even one of the coaches that is a facilitator in the Wholeness Coaching Program, and I've been working with her for years, just this past week, we were clearing ancient poverty lines out of her family lineage, vows that she made to stay poor, religious vows that she made to stay poor. And so this is all part of the wholeness course. So after these classes, there's going to be a 3-day retreat, and we're going to put it all together, because there's something so powerful when we come together for the retreat, because we're going to go deeper into the emotions. And working with me and the group that's going to be here one-on-one is going to really help you integrate that energy. So there's a 3-day retreat. All of this is available right here on this page, Become a Practitioner. So I separated the classes. The classes begin on Saturday, May 5th, and they end on Saturday, June 9th. And they're all 90 minutes in length, every Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And so you're just going to go here, and all the information is right here on the website. And you can sign up for the 6 online classes, which I made available for $89. $89 for those 6 classes. Wow. I want everybody to have it, Pat. I want everybody to have it, and I want everybody to be able to have the tools for basic living. All this stuff should really be free, but I also have to make a living. And so anyway, I want everybody to have it. The 3-day certification retreat. So if you want to include the 6 online classes and then come and be a wholeness practitioner certified by me, which is going to give you the ability to practice living in wholeness and then teaching others, and also be a wholeness coach and become part of the wholeness community. So there's that, and all the information is listed there on how to sign up. After the online classes are presented, we're going to take a 2-week break, and then the wholeness certification retreat is at the end of June. So the information's right there. The other thing that I've created is, in order for people, every day people wake up with a negative voice in their head that says they're not enough, they're not good enough. And so I created an online portal every single day that's called Daily Devotion. And that is an opportunity for people to raise their daily frequency, to raise their daily vibe, to become their own authority and listen to their true voice within. And I have a membership that people can sign up for. It's also listed here on this page. And everybody should sign up for that too, because it's $13 a month, and to receive the daily inspiration, the daily motivation, so that you can reprogram your mind, your physical, mental mind, and move that back into harmony, which is back into truth and positivity. The other thing I'm doing is I've got my online radio shows that are hosted every Friday, Living Heaven on Earth. And I have amazing teachers and people that I'm bringing on that are game changers on the planet. So the first Friday of the month, it's Tom. Tom is seeing the world through the eyes of an angel. And what would heaven on earth be like if we're not all recognizing that we are all angels? We are all angels, and seeing the world through the eyes of an angel, Tom helps us do that. The second host that I have is Charlene Hess, and she helps us step into our calling. She helps us step into our purpose and is also assisting us with meditation. So be sure to check out the Living Your Heaven on Earth radio show with me every Friday at noon. I'm getting ready to start another show, Pat. And the show that I'm getting ready to roll out, most likely it's going to be in May, early June, and it's called The Millionaire Imprint. And The Millionaire Imprint, and the tagline is this, Pat, you're going to love it. Okay, you ready for this? You ready for the tagline? Millionaire Me Too.
Yeah.
Hashtag Millionaire Me Too.
I love it.
Hashtag Millionaire Me Too. So it's called The Millionaire Imprint with Cornelia Stephanie, and I'm going to have other hosts. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring you the boom millionaire generation that is being birthed now into the new world, because it's absolutely essential. Look, money is going to be around for a long time.
Right.
And you know why I know that is because I asked the High Council to find out, is money really going away? Money is not going away for a long time, because we as a collective, we're not done with money. And so it's important that we bring money with us into the new earth, that we are wealthy beyond measure, that we end the cycle of suffering, and that we end the cycle of poverty. So it's important that we birth, reborn the millionaire generation, the people that are ready to embody that blueprint and that are ready to say yes to that. It's so important that we do that, because that is going to put the money into the light workers' hands, where we're going to be doing good for our brothers and sisters, because we're going to end that cycle. We're going to feed the children, and we're going to make sure that everybody has the money. And we're not waiting for somebody to come and save us or for somebody to come and do it for us, because we're going to do it. And that's why I created my online membership to help with raising your daily frequency. I created my Wholeness Practitioner course to give you the basics that you need, and then Living Your Heaven on Earth radio show. And people, of course, if they want to work with me on personal coaching, business coaching, email me at radio@corneliastephanie.com, because we're unstoppable right now.
We are. And the thing that is, let's make sure that we're finishing this conversation with people listening, is that if this conversation we're having about money makes you cringe, don't walk, run, and sign up, because the exchange of money and the energy of that goes back thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. You know, everything you read, in the Bible, in other scriptures, in other stories, there is an exchange. And we call it money, but it is the exchange of something for another thing. In our society, if you want to do good deeds in the world, then you want to be able to have the resources to do it. And we do want that. We all want to do great things in the world, especially if you're listening to this show. I know you do. Cornelia, thank you so much. Please one last question. What's your personal message? And let's give out that website for folks again.
My personal message is step into your sovereignty. I'm calling you to sign up for my Wholeness Practitioner course. I'm calling you to step into your sovereignty, to step into the truth of who you are, and don't hold back, because we need that uniqueness, that unique essence that you are. We need that. We want to hear that from you. CorneliaStephanie.com, radio at CorneliaStephanie.com, Facebook at Cornelia Stephanie. And it's an honor and a pleasure to be with you. And Pat, you are such an amazing wayshower. I want to thank you again for hosting me and for creating such an awesome platform for us to come and shine. And this is my home now. And I'm not only launching not only do I have the Living Your Heaven on Earth radio show, I just signed up for another radio program, and then I'm also doing another one. So my radio career as my wayshower here, Pat, has showed the way and made it easy for us to deliver our message in an absolutely dynamic way. Thank you so much to you and your team.
Thank you. And you know what? Magic happens when two or more are gathered, and boom, we got we got like the 2 millions or more. Thank you, Cornelia Stephanie. Everybody, I'm Dr. Pat. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.